Hi friends and fellow Earth Angels, it's Gladys and welcome back to another one of my weekly Sunday card readings. And this spread will cover November 17th to the 23rd or whenever you're guided to watch. So I was guided to pull all angel cards today. My intention is that the divine guidance that the collective needs to receive right now, may it be soft, may it be healing, may it be nurturing, may it nourish your soul. For me, one of the words I just keep seeing that the collective may need this week, myself included, is gentleness, kindness. And so I'm going with a full-on angel theme, and we'll see how it unfolds. So the cards that I'll be working with are the Archangel Oracle. Then we'll go into Healing with the Angels, and then Angel Therapy, and then Divine Guidance from your angels, and finally Crystal Angels. I told you it's a full-on angel theme. All right, so let's just get into it. I want to invite in all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, God, source, creator of the universe, and all his holy beings of light who would like to assist with this guidance for you today. And I'm going to ask that the messages that come through be for your best and highest good. And of course, the best and highest good of all concerned. All right, friends, so let's begin. Connecting with the energy of the archangels, the angelic vibration, the helpers in the heavenly system. Let's see, what angel wants to come out this week? Making it loud and clear. Let's go with this one. All right. So we have, wow, Angel Gabriel. Her message, or his message, is leadership. And it says, it's time for you to assume your leadership power and passion and lovingly guide others. So one of the first messages that I'm seeing with this is the Earth Angel Collective. And we are the embodiment of the spiritual journey. I believe that Earth Angels right now are coming together in like army form, like community form. It's not an energy to do quote unquote battle, but it's an army or a community coming together to rise in our power, which is invoking the energy of true love back on this planet. So a lot of Earth Angels have been working on their own spiritual journey. I have talked many times about the soul mission and spiritual journey, these paths that we embody in life. So the soul mission is, your soul mission is the work that you do for others. It is your work of service. The spiritual journey is your inner work. It's your own soul growth. And for eons, Earth Angels worked on soul mission, and we fixed and we saved and we changed and we made better. And now there's been this massive shift. It really started in 2013 of going within and doing our own inner work, healing our parents' and grandparents' wounds, clearing out the lineage and the ancestral lineage. And I feel like, I've been saying often how I feel like God is getting ready to activate or turn on the ignition for the Earth Angel Collective and our empowerment to be the embodiment of light on the planet. It's about being the embodiment of love, not feeding into that energy that pits one against the other. It's being able to tap into our own intuition to understand why things happen the way they are, how and why things show up in our own vibration, and then being able to shift energy around that. So so often we talk about the empathic energy and the law of attraction. And if you don't, they say, if you don't like what's going on around you, shift your thoughts, be aware of what's on your mind and how are you creating these things. And it can be, especially from my own spiritual journey, it can be so frustrating to be so unhappy financially, in relationships, in my own physical body, in my job. I've had all the highs and lows in every single one of those areas. And it was just always so frustrating to say, work on you and you're creating this. And I just kind of honestly, sometimes I just want to throw a hammer at people when they say that. Obviously not literally, but that's how I felt. But this last year, I've really gone inner and done a lot of inner work and a lot of self-discovery and really faced my demons and faced the shadow parts of the stuff, the conditioning, the programmings, the belief systems, and really kind of honed into the essence of who I am. And I have no doubt that many of you are going through the same transformation, right? You're coming out of alignment with people, places, things, and ideas. And I feel like Gabriel is coming up this week to remind you that you are a leader of love. You're here to embody that energy and be the example. This does not mean let people take advantage of you. It does not mean overextend yourself if you're already feeling depleted. It does not mean letting people bully you. It means learning how to set boundaries, asking for what you need, getting a very good spiritual practice that resonates with the person that you are now, and really connecting with that high vibration of unconditional love, because that's where your true essence and action is going to take place on your spiritual journey. And in so many ways, my soul mission and spiritual journey are merging and they're coming together. It's the work that I'm doing for others is exactly the work I'm doing for myself. And it's pretty profound. Gabriel is the angel of communication. He is the visionary. In this aspect, Gabriel shows up in the feminine, which means connecting to the feeling part of you. How are you communicating to the feeling part of you? The feminine aspect of Gabriel, and there really are no genders with angels. The feminine aspect of Gabriel is like speaking from the heart, right? How do we go into our heart and get real and honest about our needs from our own perspective of love, kindness, support, and the person that we are here today? Gabriel can also help you in meditation and give you a clear vision of the next steps to take. And there's this energy here of the trumpet, and Gabriel's name means voice of God. And so I also feel for another part of the collective that Gabriel is saying that I'm coming to you to speak through your heart to others. People aren't going to respond with aggression and anger. It just creates more defensiveness. And so I feel like we're being asked to pull back and go within and allow the universe to shift things around you to support you. All right, so let me get into some more of these healing messages. What additional message do you have for the collective, Gabriel? Gabriel, oh, there we go. Blessings. Look at the colors of these cards. Orange is all about joy. Orange is representative of the sacral chakra. And I mean, if you've been following me for any time, I've been telling you orange has been like dominant in my life. And orange is about joy. It's about pleasure. It's about creativity. And so and then of course, when we have the yellow here, and the yellow vibration, which is the solar plexus. So this week, an action that you may want to take is to meditate, focusing energy towards your sacral chakra and your solar plexus. Your sacral chakra is right about an inch or two, a 2-finger width length below your belly button. And your solar plexus is in your stomach area. Just listening to some soft music, very, very, very soft music, and putting one hand on your sacral chakra and one hand on your solar plexus for 5 minutes can be an incredible empowerment for those areas. Now, coming up the energy, right? It starts with root, then sacral, then solar plexus. Coming up the root, I feel like one of the messages I want to share with you is by focusing on these two areas, coming and embracing that creative energy within you, and then being empowered to take action will also create the stability and financial security that's been on your mind. So some of you may be feeling emotionally unstable, financially unstable, health-wise unstable, and it can leak our power, leak our energy. We can feel powerless to things. So I feel like Gabriel is reminding you to take some time to be nurturing to those areas and know that it's going to create the stability and the inner strength for you to take action on those projects and those things that you've been quote unquote meaning to get to. And by doing that, you'll see how the blessings will naturally come into your life. Another thing that I'm getting right now is that I feel like Gabriel is saying there's no more that you have to do right now. It's like putting all the pieces down and being, observing, that's the word, observing your environment, observing how the people in your life are interacting, observing the world around you. I had an experience the other day where my patience, I was triggered and I felt it in my stomach and I'm like, oh, and I was starting to feel out of control. And as I sat down, I just kind of pulled out of the energy and I just sat down and I'm like, I'm so tired of feeling this way. And instantly I saw a picture of the Dalai Lama and he was reminding me of patience and that there are going to be disruptions from people all the time because we're all interacting energetically, right? And it does me and the world no good to hide out and to cocoon or become a hermit and not shine my light in the world. So I was able to shift it and saying, okay, how can I empower myself in this moment feeling triggered by somebody's words and actions? And I was kind of reeling in the head. And so in that moment, I could practice mindfulness. I could practice how I was feeling in my body. And I could breathe through it. I was feeling it all yucky in my stomach. And I could just breathe through it and remind myself, like, patience, allow the world to move around me and remain constant in that energy. And it gave me an opportunity to remember the essence of who I was. And that's why that's what I mean by do nothing. So I could have argued back, or I could have gotten defensive, or I could have tried to prove my point, or I could have fueled the yuckiness. But I paused, I recognized that feeling in my stomach, and I just went and created some space. And I'm thinking, wow, I'm like, what a profound thing for the Dalai Lama's energy to come to me. And it was really just his cute face. If you've ever read the Book of Joy with, I think the priest, Tutu is his last name. Oh gosh, there's a book that he and him wrote about the Book of Joy. And, we're talking about a man who's been exiled. We're talking about the Dalai Lama who has not been able to live in his own country because he is a hated man, right? But yet this man is just trying to embody the essence of love. And last time I saw him here in the United States, he had to be driven around by a motorcade with state police and homeland security. And I'm thinking, this man is a holy man and still has to travel this way. So it was really just a huge epiphany and an aha moment. Like, okay, we have a choice on how we can move through experiences. And it will do me no good to let all my energy and power leak out and to feed that anger and to feed that defensiveness. And so this is what I'm trying to say about about pulling back and doing nothing, meaning not fueling it, but going within and just taking a few deep breaths and sit and be present with yourself and just allow the feelings to come up without any judgment. And you'll be amazed at the blessings that come from it. So much aha moments, so much wisdom, which in turn, because earth angels are teachers, and we have to go through the process of learning to teach, and it goes hand in hand. Earth angels learn and then they teach it. They learn and then they teach it. They learn and then they teach it. So Gabriel is saying it's through these challenges that you're experiencing right now that are the true blessings, and then you'll be guided to rise in your leadership to be able to teach others about what you've learned. Exactly the work that I'm doing right now, sharing these messages with you. So let's go into, what is this? Daily guidance. So my intention for this is, what energy can you carry throughout the week on a daily basis? Like kind of like a mindfulness to be aware of for the next week. Let's go with this one. Ask. Yeah. So the message says, ask us to help you in this situation, and we will immediately go to work on your behalf. We're governed by many universal laws, and among them is the free will to allow you to make your own choices and decisions. So we patiently await your request. This goes along with the story that I was just sharing about feeling out of control and not being able to, and just being triggered in an experience. And so the daily guidance would be being mindful of how you're calling on the universe for assistance. I often like to share, like, I call on the angels for assistance with left-hand turns. I call on the Archangel Michael to keep me safe on the road. I ask Archangel Raphael, he's the angel of healing, and I ask the Archangel Raphael to assist me in my work that I do and the healing that I do. I ask Archangel Raziel to assist me with time management because I have lots going on within my practice and personal life. And so this is what I mean about asking. When you start to feel uncomfortable. So when I was triggered that other day, going back, and being able to sit for a few minutes and kind of breathe through it, I just said, Lord, give me the strength. That was like the words. I said, dear Lord, give me the strength. And in that instant, that's where I got the image of the Dalai Lama. And I was reminded that it's through these experiences that I'm learning patience. And patience with any process allows things to unfold naturally, better than you could have imagined. So I feel like one of the messages I'm getting right now is to tell you that things are unfolding exactly as they're supposed to be. Trust that God has a plan for you. Trust that he's working with you, and his job is to make sure that you set out and take the steps and the action. His job is to oversee and make sure that your path unfolds the way you set the intention before you came into the embodiment of this human being that you are. You came in with a divine plan. You came in with a life purpose. You came in with experiences that you wanted to learn, and you had this agreement, like, God's, I will remain connected with you. You just keep me on track. So the human mind is so limited in so many ways. And so this is a reminder for you to ask, call on the angels for assistance, call on God, call on your loved ones, whomever you feel guided to, right? They're all in that essence of that high vibrational, unconditional love. Prayer time, I'm seeing this angel here in prayer. So this could be a daily practice this week for you to practice prayer and just taking one-on-one time. It's like when you think about in the 50s when the parents and the children used to like get down on their knees at bedtime and just pray to God. There is some incredible benefits to that practice. You're setting the intention of opening your heart to receive that divine light. And just like the card says, you have free will, and you have the ability to ask, and you have the ability to take action, right, wrong, or indifferent, or you can choose how you can choose to take action in any way you wish. And I feel like this card is just reminding you to ask. Use your voice. ask to receive the blessings and guidance, and understand that it may mean people coming in and out of your life. It may mean making changes that can be scary. I've made many decisions in my life based on faith and based on basically a leap of faith. And here I am, still here 12 years later doing this work. And for me, this work for me is endless. I mean, I love what I do so much. There are endless possibilities in the way I can utilize this gift that I have all over the world. So this is where we're getting back to the leadership of the Earth Angel. You really have to be in alignment with that higher power, whatever that is, and using it. Think about him as the great teacher, right? The great source, the great teacher of wisdom. And you take that knowledge and wisdom, and then you go out in the world, and then you might get hung up a little bit, and then you go back in and you ask for guidance, and then more comes. The key is to stay present, my friends. The signs, the messages, the guidance are in the present moment. It's in the animals, it's in the trees, it's in Mother Nature, it's in license plates, it is in the way things unfold, it's the music that comes on the radio. Your heart will feel it. I often say, if you think it's a sign, if it could quite possibly be a sign, it's a sign. And if you're not getting signs, you can call on Creator and ask for signs. His number is zeros, or the 8 number. 8 is like an infinity, abundance, prosperity number. And I really resonate with the circle or the 0 with God. The infinite. See this, like this energy right here is like a never ending energy. So however you feel like you resonate with it, keep your mind present is what I'm saying. So let's talk about some angel therapy. What additional messages do the angels have for you this week with regards to angel therapy? What can help you this week, support you this week? Okay. Wow. So again, here are these orange and yellow colors, right? And it's funny because, so we have throat chakra. Let me just unpack this. So we have throat chakra, and the message says, the angels are helping you lovingly speak your truth. This card feels like the embodiment of Gabriel as well. So it starts in the sacral, the joy, the pleasure, what lights you up, moves up into your stomach, your empowerment. Of course, it's all filtered through the heart. And then we have speaking your truth, which is this blue color. So I feel like this is the precursor to this. And sometimes, like, what is your truth? Your truth may be setting a boundary. This is no longer acceptable in my life. This is not okay. I feel differently. Choosing to walk away from a situation or an experience that you know is just going to deplete you. Some of you, I'm also feeling Gabriel is going to assist you with writing. You've learned a lot on your journey that can help the world. Energetically, some books are becoming outdated because the vibration has shifted. So there will never be enough books of knowledge and wisdom that's coming because the energies on the planet are always changing. So I want to empower some of you to use your voice, the gifts of communication, whether it's blogging, whether it's YouTube videos, whether it's writing a book. It could be just personal and journaling. Automatic writing, that could be something else. Sometimes being able to write out your fears and your frustrations down on paper can be very therapeutic and healing. So for some of you, maybe Gabriel is there to show you or to tell you that he, like, as you speak your truth and you put it out there, things can shift and change. You know, one of the biggest benefits that I have received from therapy, all different kinds of therapy, spiritual mentors, psychologists, traditional therapists, online courses, from mentors and teachers. One of the things that I love the most is when you say things out loud, or you're able to share what's in your head to somebody who is a really good listener and can offer a degree of support, or even just say, I get it, I can relate. Yes, there's a reason for that. Can be so, so healing. And so for some of you, I feel like maybe you've got lots of words and feelings bottled up, and Gabriel will help you get that out. Now, it could be, if you've been thinking about wanting to go talk to somebody, definitely do that. If you've been thinking about journaling and writing your thoughts and feelings down again, if you've gotten away from it, maybe this is validation to get back to it. Maybe it's coming in here, having an IET session or a coaching session to sit down and be able to just hash things out. I want to empower you to know that, you can do this. There are tools and things you can do it with yourself. But, I've also received the gift of support from others who are knowledgeable in what they did, and it just kind of propelled me even forward. So wherever you're at in that experience, I feel like the angels are helping you lovingly speak your truth. All right, let me see here. I love how it's so amazing how all these colors are coming out, and this is throat chakra colors. And of course that comes out next. So let's go to the final message with the crystal angels. What final overall message, Gabriel, do you have for the collective this week? I mean, I'm still in awe on the mirror of these two. Anyway, Gabriel, what is the final message that you have for the collective this week? The most important message you need them to hear. Wow. All right, that's too many. Let's see. There we go. Still two. Okay, Gabriel, at least I got more to say. Of course, we have gold, right? Solar plexus empowerment. It says divine intervention. God sends miracles to answer sincere prayers. I couldn't have possibly, the human part of me couldn't have possibly pulled a better set of cards. I mean, this is divine intervention right here. Look at the way these colors have unfolded. Of course, gold is one of the most sturdiest metals on the planet. God sends miracles to answer sincere prayers, which also goes along with asking, throat chakra, blessings, leadership. And then finally, of course, we have crown chakra, third eye energy here. That's a spiritual protection. You are being watched over and protected physically, emotionally, and energetically. So I feel like this is a message to remind you that you don't work alone. So however you received these messages, whether it was to take action, whether it was to stand up to a bully, whether it is to ask for a raise, whether it's to take a leap of faith on a project, I feel like always know that you're always spiritually protected. The divine is always with you. It's not a if God is with you or not. It's not I did bad things and he's gone, or he's not in my life, or where was he? That energy is always there. And all you have to do is draw your heart and your attention to it. I like to connect it with the sunshine. We have one sun for the entire planet, and the entire planet uses that energy all at the same time, right? So, I'm here in Rhode Island, and I'm lighting up my room with the sun right now. And people in Aruba are laying on the beach, enjoying the sun, getting their vitamin D. You have farmers, let's say in Portugal or all over, that are using the sun to grow the grass for the cows and the chickens. And the animals are using the sun, and never ever do we worry about the sun running out, right? We never worry about the energy of the sun running out. You're not going to not go outside and enjoy the sunshine because your neighbor next door is solar powering your home. So you have to think about the power of God is infinite. It's never ending. It's a constant that's always there. It's freezing in my apartment, and I recently just got thermal curtains to keep like the heat in over the windows, and I can tell you they're like so dark. And so when I walk into my bedroom, it's like, wow, like there's no light in here. And one of the things that I have to do is I have to open the windows and let the light in. So through circumstances, through experiences, through challenges and trials and tribulations, it's almost like with God, we can shut the window and go into the dark space. But all you have to do is walk over and open the window, right? And the light comes in. You can be going about your day, appreciating the light that's all around you, but not really think about it. It's when you draw your attention to the sun that it's warm and it's healing and it's comforting, right? So God wants you to think of him in the same way as this magnificent power that's constant, that will always be there, and you can receive benefits on a regular basis. And when we kind of shut that window and close the curtains, it's easy to get really lost in the darkness, right? Or our own shadow stuff. And so there has to be a mindfulness. There has to be a regular practice of connecting with the energy. When I first started this work, God was not on the scope for me. It was not happening. We did not have a good relationship. So I truly believe he sent his armies of angels my way. That was the first thing that I started to work with, were angels. That was like that little tiny crack in the window. Okay, I can be open to Archangel Michael. Prove it. Okay, I can hear the sirens, or I see the colors, and the fear dissipating, and then one thing led to another, and now I've jumped in like with my whole entire body, right? This is my entire career. It's my life. It's my calling. It's my life's work. So when I look back on my own journey and how far from the light I was, and now how much I'm in the light, as a spiritual minister, an interfaith minister, somebody who talks in an untraditional way about God and Creator, and I utilize all these different aspects of how to connect, is part of the power, and that's my leadership skill, right, as an earth angel. So I encourage you this week to sit with yourself, to sit with meditating with your solar plexus, your sacral chakra first, connecting with God. When things come up that are irritating and annoying, or cycles are coming back again, being able to express how you feel, know that there's divine intervention working for you and not against you, and you're always spiritually protected. Wow. What a beautiful reading. Wow. I always love how it all unfolds. All right, friends. So let me close space by thanking all your guardian angels and guides, the archangels, the ascended masters, God, source, creator of the universe, and all his holy beings of light who assisted with these messages for you today. And I'm going to ask that any healing that was started continue for as long as it needs to be done, in mind, body, spirit, and emotions, in all ways. And as always, if you'd like to book a session with me or make a donation to my channel, also too, all the decks that I used are in the description below. All the information is there. I love you so much. God loves you. Trust in the divine. Trust your intuition, and I send you love with heavenly hugs. Bye for now.